ladies and gentlemen, who lives in a live stream under my ass. We do. Wow, good opening. Folks, welcome to Encore, the #1 Spongebob tribute stream going on right now. Folks, we're playing Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom. This is a game I grew up with. We'll talk about that in a bit. But you're probably wondering, alright, you guys like Spongebob. Wow, what makes you unique? Well, you haven't heard our names yet. That's what makes us unique. I'm Mike.
That's Plankton.
Alright, take two. Cut it. Forget the other stuff happened. Alright, I'm Mike.
Oh, hang on. I'm, Clayton. I'm Clayton, it says right here.
You had to check your phone for that?
Yeah, I didn't know. I forgot my line, okay? I'm sorry.
Folks, God. A real sad one this week. Stephen Hillenburg dying. I got a lot of things to say, but I don't know if starting a stream with saying them is the right thing. But I just want to say, if there's a heaven, Stephen Hillenburg, thank you, because you shaped my sense of humor as a kid. Yeah, hats off for Stephen. You shaped my sense of humor as a kid. The first 3 seasons of SpongeBob and the movie, and even some of the newer, like the new seasons where he came back, but specifically the first 3 seasons of the movie, are such definitive things in my childhood, and I think our generation's childhood. There was someone who said the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are what the golden years of The Simpsons were. Like, to our generation, SpongeBob is what The Simpsons were to the generation before us. Just deeply impactful, and you can go anywhere and quote it, and people will get it. So thank you, Steven. I'm saying that like it's a bit, but I mean it. Thank you for the years of entertainment you brought to all of us. The generations who learned from your sense of humor. Thank you. Something that doesn't share the greatest sense of humor is this game. I think this game is funny at points, but this opening cutscene is weak.
Is it important to the plot?
I mean, yeah. So the plot, here's the plot for SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Plankton goes, I'm gonna be evil. And he builds a machine that makes robots, and then robots go crazy and take over Bikini Bottom. And so now SpongeBob has to fight, get the golden spatulas, and save Bikini Bottom. It is, and maybe it's just because SpongeBob as a whole, story-wise, is very, like, normal, very slice of life. I don't think it's a good SpongeBob story. I don't think too many of these jokes are fantastic, but when they work, they work. But we're just going to be talking over them. So, if you never played this game before, play this game, because this game's good. But we are going to be talking over it, because that is kind of what we do on the show. So I got this game Christmas of 2005. I got this game the same day I got my PlayStation 2. So, no joke, my plan was to play this game for our last show before Christmas. That was my plan, and then Stephen Hillenburg unfortunately died. And it was like, nah, we're doing this now. Because this game is a definitive childhood game for me. I'm actually, Clayton, do you want to play through the tutorial? I gotta eat some food.
Sure.
And I know how this game plays because I've put too many hours into it. This game is like the first good SpongeBob game. There's like 3 good SpongeBob games, so this is one of the 3 of them. And it's just filled with so many love letters to the series, but also a good game. God, yeah. I'm a huge fan of this game.
The horizontal is like inverted.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's so weird.
That is Whenever I was a kid, I 100%ed this game. Well, I should say my brother and I 100%ed it. Because that was back in the day where we had an old kitchen timer, and my mom would set it for an hour. And then it was like, okay, Mike, you're allowed to play for an hour. Dan, you're allowed to play for an hour. So my hour would be up, and I'd hand the controller to Dan. And then he'd play for an hour on the same save file. And we 100% in this game.
Darn it, Gary, I'm trying to read the damn sign.
Yeah. So folks, in honor of Spongebob... Oh yeah, listen to Mr. Krabs here. I don't think that's the right voice actor.
They didn't even make an attempt.
No. I don't know what the story behind that is, but there's also Mermaid Man later in the game who's just some guy on staff who's like, oh, no, hey, I'm doing a better Mermaid Man impression. It's just like, oh, hello there, SpongeBob. And it's like, that doesn't sound like Ernest Borgnine.
Ooh, so we do indeed have a double jump. Yep.
Spongo's got a double jump. So in tribute for Stephen Hillenburg, I am going to eat pineapple pizza. I love pineapple pizza, so I kind of made that sound more like a feat than it actually is. But, yeah. So there's the ringer. SpongeBob gets stuck in an episode. There's just cute little things.
Oops. Does this?
I'm
not crazy.
Yeah.
Am I?
What?
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, that is just how the camera controls.
Yeah. Get used to it. This is a good game. I stand by that this is like one of the best licensed games ever. It's just a genuinely fun platformer that does pretty good by its source material.
So we're 100%ing this tonight, right? Is that what I heard?
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I mean, we're supposed to watch Shrek today is a real, like, 2004 type of day. Playing SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, gonna eat pizza and watch Shrek.
Man, wouldn't it be a damn shame if we didn't have time to watch Shrek because we were playing SpongeBob?
Do you got something against watching Shrek?
No, of course. I just said it'd be a shame if we didn't get to watch.
I'm sensing some underlying tones. Hey, let's talk about Shrek real quick. Shoutouts to 3GI. They put out the Shrek Retold today. It's a collaboration between, I think they said, like, almost 200 people. All came together to retell Shrek in their own styles. Whenever Clayton showed up for the show, I was about 2/3 of the way through my third rewatching of it today. I might have a problem. So, like, yeah, you got SpongeBob's study, and it's just... I remember being a kid. So I got my PlayStation 2 in 2005. And then we went to my grandma's house, and because it was Christmas, and Santa got me SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, which made me go, or I'm sorry, no, my grandma got me SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Santa got me the PS2, and I went, but I'm 8, and I'm like, this don't add up. How did my grandma know I'd have a PS2 to buy me a PS2 game if Santa got it for me? And my parents tried to explain it so hard, bless their souls, but it didn't matter because I had this great game. Like, this game could have been trash, right? This game could have been trash, and I still would have put a lot of hours into it, because I put a lot of hours into a lot of trash PS2 games when I was a kid, but this game's good. That's the crazy thing. I'm really happy that we're playing this game.
Yeah, this actually is. Aside from the damn inverted camera,
Yeah.
which I'll get used to, is actually it's pretty fun. It controls really well.
It's a good game.
Yeah. I didn't read any of that.
I will say it does get jank later on. They introduce like too many moving parts, but it is a good game. God, like just everything about this game just takes me back. The jumping sound effect, it just, This is childhood, folks. This is childhood.
Patrick Socks. Oh, we got collectibles.
It's a collectathon.
Uh-oh. This children's game might have bested me. We already did that. Can I jump on it? Whoa!
Alright, you almost got it. Well, there you go.
That was pretty.
Now run.
Professional.
Run!
Where is it?
It's up. You got...
But, like,
yeah.
Where's the lower one?
There, you got...
Is that it? Hang on.
I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm watching this.
Oh wait, I know what I have to do. There's a jumpy thing. There's a jump pad. So we're gonna bring the ball back over here. I'm a fast learner.
You could say that.
If this was a certain other streamer, Lyric,
Yeah, Lyric, we know you're watching.
Whoa! Hang on.
Yeah, you got it.
Son of a bitch. Barnacles. I mean.
Yeah, no swearing on the stream. Please only use Spongebob swears.
Okay, it doesn't look like there was anything else over there. Except I want to get that.
That's shiny.
I do. And I can probably get it from this.
Look at, has SpongeBob turned towards the camera whenever you jump on that trampoline? I want to show you this. Why does he stick his tongue out?
He's, cooling off, I guess.
Oh, he's like a dog. Okay. There's a lot of things in this game where it's like, this probably would have looked okay in 2D, but it does not translate well to 3D here.
So I think we got everything in this area.
Family photo.
It's pretty. The voice actor for Mermaid Man he's gone, right?
Ernest Borgnine is dead, yes.
How about Barnacle Boy?
Tim Conway is still alive, but he has dementia.
Oh.
Or did No, Tim Conway's not dead yet, is he? Wait. Give me a second.
Was this room like this before? Your Bikini Bottom stinks. I think it was.
Yeah. 1 second. Okay, Google. Is Tim Conway dead?
I can search that for you.
Yeah, that's what I want you to do, you dumb bitch. Okay, how old was Carol Burnett when she died? Carol Burnett's not dead. So, strange question. Okay, gotta go through 800 pop-ups from, Tim Conway is still alive.
Hello. I appreciate that they gave these things all their own little, like, physics.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't skimp out.
Mm-mm.
So I believe we 100%ed the tutorial. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Folks,
That's the stream.
Yep, good night. Alright, welcome to part 2 of our stream. We're going to 100% the rest of the game now. Alright, Clayton. Favorite Spongebob episode?
Oh, man. Well, okay, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite, but the one where Squidward, there's like a time machine or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He goes to the past and to the future.
Yeah.
That one is fucking weird.
That one's great. That one's great whenever he goes into the future and it's all just chrome and there's like 2 SpongeBobs.
That episode makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the one with where he gets in the time machine and he's like, I just want to be alone! And then it takes him to the void and it's just, I'm finally alone. And then all the alones start popping in. Yeah, episode's great.
Bubble Buddy's a good one.
Bubble Buddy is a good one. Bubble Buddy's a phenomenal one. You remember the one surfer guy who SpongeBob and Bubble Buddy bury like head above the sand, and then the guy's like, "Oh, you better dig me up, dude. The tide's coming in." And then later on, he's just an angel.
SpongeBob fucking killed that poor guy.
Yeah. No, Bubble Buddy did, dude.
Oh.
So this is what happens when you go out of bounds.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Bubble Buddy straight... Okay, we need to talk about that. Bubble Buddy straight up murdered that dude. Like, he's cognitive. He can do things. Why did he not save that man's life? That's all I want to know. God, I think my favorite episode of SpongeBob, and this is really hard for me, because, like, those first 3 seasons are something I watch, like, in complete rotation. They are just absolute iconic to me. They are just like, okay, I need to kill 11 minutes. Yeah, I'll watch Band Geeks. I'll watch Chocolate with Nuts. So both of those are up there. Campfire Song is up there. I think... So yeah, I think if you bring them, like... I forget how many it is. Yeah, 10 socks. It'll be a golden spatula. I think an underrated episode... I say that, but I don't think there were any underrated episodes of Golden Age SpongeBob. But a really good one is the one where they're painting Mr. Krabs' house.
Oh, yeah,
and then they get the smudge on his first dollar bill. Because it's got some of my favorite gags of, like, walking over to the computer and just, like, we'll use technology. And then Patrick picks up the computer and just smashes it on the dollar bill. That sounds just like him. That's good. Even as a kid, him and Mermaid Man, I'm playing the game, and they show up, and I'm like, that's not Mr. Krabs! But this game was so great as a kid, just being able to explore Bikini Bottom and everything. Like, it was so... I would just mess around for forever. If you fail this, I want to show you a speedrun strat. Or you can just fuck off and go to Squidward's house. controversial opinion. Maybe. Squidward's the best character.
I like Squidward.
I am... Seasons 1 through 3, Squidward is one of my favorite characters in fiction because he is just... He's not really an asshole, but as a kid, you're like, Squidward's a fucking asshole. That dude's a... SpongeBob, homie. Squidward, asshole. And then as an adult, you look at Squidward and you're like, oh yeah, I like Squidward. That's it. That's the end of the gag. But, like, as an adult, you look at Squidward and you're like, he just wants to play clarinet. He's a pretentious douche, but he's kind of lovable.
Oh, they rewarded me for breaking all this stuff.
Yeah. Alright, which pizza is this? Oh. Oh!
I think I just mugged Squidward.
Yeah, pretty much. You basically did, like, what the Mafia does. Like, you broke into his house, beat his shit up, and we're like, alright, where's my sock? Hand it over.
Oh, but the sea bear is a great one.
Yeah, that's the campfire song episode. Why is there a mushroom on this pizza? I did not order... So, I tried Domino's extra thin, and this is... I shouldn't have done this.
It doesn't look bad.
It doesn't taste good.
That's fair.
It's fine. It shouldn't have cost me $7, but...
This is a really relaxing game.
Yeah, for right now. But, like I said, shit hits the fan in a bit. So there's a pair of golden underpants up there on top of Squidward's house. That'll give you an extra hit.
I'm a genius.
So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hit that other button that counts down, then hit that button, and then you can get whatever it was that activates. But there's a speedrun strat. If I can show you it.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm gonna land right here.
Yeah.
And then, okay.
Yeah. Watch the speedrun strat. Folks, this is how a true professional does it. Let's see if I can do this.
Oh, they patched it.
Oh, did they... This is my childhood copy, right? Like, this is... Can I... Folks, I promise I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. There used to be a way... now I look like a dickhead. Alright, fuck. Maybe now it works. No, it doesn't. Okay, well... Sorry, folks. I'm a fucking liar, I guess. What are you looking up, Clayton?
Well, I was, how to, let me, it's not stream friendly, but actually, well, now I have to commit myself, give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Actually, you can hand it over, I'm just bringing up, for legal reasons, yes, I'm an adult.
What are you doing? Clayton, may I remind you, this is the Stephen Hillenburg tribute stream.
Oh, none of these are Spongebob at all.
I don't want to know. You know what? I don't want to know.
Okay, let's get... Oh. Sandy...
Please don't. Please don't.
Sandy Cheeks.
Does anyone... Hey, folks watching at home, does anyone know how to block internet usage for one person? And I'm not just talking on my Wi-Fi network. I mean globally. Because if you do know how to do that, can you please do that to Clayton?
Ooh, this is like stuff for furries before that was a thing.
I don't think that's true. Alright, so we're gonna go in Patrick's house.
You wanna see it?
No! Why are you looking this up on stream?
It's content.
Not content we can show anyone.
No, we can talk about it though.
You can.
Sure.
So there's just this record player that plays that. Yeah, so Patrick's house is just a couch made out of sand, a picture, and a record player. Which is pretty show accurate. I love that Patrick's rock always... It logically makes no sense, and it's wonderful. Alright, we're gonna go to Jellyfish Fields and actually start the game. Because this is just the hub world. We're not even in the nitty-gritty yet. Yes. Alright. What's your favorite SpongeBob song? Go.
I might have to go with... I like to rip my pants. That one is actually like... that one's like, I mean, it's like a meme song, but it also just sounds great.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that might be one of the songs that was made by F.U.N. They did Ocean Man for the movie soundtrack. Their album, The Mollusk, was a big inspiration for SpongeBob's creation. So, I'm just going to skip through this because I know this shit like the back of my hand.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see the speed run.
Okay. Alright. Going for... I should learn how to speedrun... Okay, you've just awakened something deep inside me. I should learn how to speedrun this game. I bet the speedrun scene is really competitive for it, though.
Like, actually?
Yeah. This is a beloved childhood game, Clayton. Like, more than just me has memories of this game as a kid.
Well, let's do it.
Alright, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the first ever live stream of this game. Yeah, I know. You're gonna see all kinds of crazy tricks. Have you ever seen someone do this? Wow.
See, we do that there to, it'll just missing the box, like clipping the box there is gonna buffer some frames on the last level.
Yeah.
And it's gonna save us a couple, units of time.
I guess my favorite SpongeBob song, if we can count it, is, I don't know, Clayton, would you count songs from the movie's soundtrack? Not songs actually in the movie, but from the soundtrack CD as SpongeBob songs?
You said they're not actually in the movie?
Yeah. I just want to get an official judge's ruling one way or the other.
Why are they on the CD if they're not in the movie?
Because that's how these things work, okay?
I don't know, I'm real iffy on it.
Fuck you.
Well, what is it anyway?
I am a big fan of SpongeBob and Patrick Confront the Psychic Wall by the Psychedelic... No, was it by the Psychedelic Furs or the Flaming Lips? I can't remember. I've got the CD down there. I own 3 SpongeBob CDs, by the way. Don't judge me. I'm a grown-ass man. I own the movie soundtrack, which I've owned since I was a kid. That was like the first CD I bought when I was a kid. I have SpongeBob SquarePants original theme highlights, which is like put out during the first season and is like a couple of songs from the first season. And then I have the album that's on Spotify, and I recommend if you're going through some SpongeBob nostalgia right now, listen to the Yellow album. It is all the songs from the show up until like the 4th season. So it's all the good songs. Whenever I get a car, the Yellow album will always be in my glove compartment. Some people got the Eagles' greatest hits. Nah, not me. I got SpongeBob the Yellow album. But if we can't count songs just from the movie soundtrack, which I'll talk about the movie in a minute, but Campfire Song is the classic. You can't go wrong with that choice.
Let's see what we got here. So I got a speed run here.
Oh, okay. We're still doing this bit. All right.
Well, okay. So you heard it here. Mike is not committing to his word.
You know me. I don't commit to bits ever.
This isn't a bit. This is you just not saying one thing and now you're not a speedrunner?
I never said this was a real speedrun. Check the tape.
You said you're going to be a speedrunner, though.
Yeah, but I didn't say this was a real speedrun.
Well, we got to learn.
Okay, what the fuck is my favorite Spongebob song? I gotta think. I'm using my brain here. Oh, even though I don't like the episode, Gary Come Home.
Ooh, that's a good song.
That's, man, that or another sad SpongeBob song, This Grill Is Not a Grill, or in parentheses, Just a Greasy Spool, whatever you want to call the song. That one, legitimate, I watched that episode after Stephen Hillenburg died. I watched that episode. That song, I got teary-eyed. I got a little bit weepy just thinking about, like, I have so much respect for that show's writing staff. Just everyone who worked on the golden years of that show. Because it was, like, this absolutely perfect thing. 3 seasons of just the best thing. The best show Nickelodeon ever made. And then they went, okay, let's end it. We'll do a movie and we're done. And a lot of the people left after the movie because they were like, we're done. And Nickelodeon's like, we need more money. We want the money. But a lot of people walked away. And so I have so much respect for that. They were at the top of their game and they decided to walk away. And so listening to, like, that song after Stephen Hillenburg died and just thinking about, like, there's a lot of emotion in that. Like, it's played for laughs, but there is genuinely a lot of emotion. And it's like, that guy was real smart. That whole team was real smart. They really knew what they were doing. I have nothing but the utmost respect for them.
Yeah. Yep.
Once again, folks, this is the Stephen Hillenburger. Oh, God. This is the Stephen Hillenburg tribute show. He wouldn't have it any other way.
So I know we touched on this earlier.
Yeah.
But I want to reiterate how it is pretty interesting how much of a social phenomenon SpongeBob really is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how it is in other countries. I imagine it's probably big in all Western countries.
Yeah.
And then it very well could be a worldwide thing. It is? Okay. That's pretty like that's an achievement.
Yeah. It really is. Like, there's a reason it's ran for 20 years now. Even if the quality of the writing tends to dip there in the middle, it's got such a strong foundation, and it's so iconic. It's so recognizable. It's because it's simple, but it's deceptively simple. But other countries, yeah, love SpongeBob, especially Japan. Japan, SpongeBob is like, for Western cartoons, like, Tom and Jerry is their number 1, and then, like, SpongeBob's number 2. I think a lot of it has to do with physical humor. Well, Tom and Jerry, it's very easy to tell why, because Tom and Jerry doesn't need translated. But it's a use of physical humor, I think. It's also because SpongeBob's, he's a cutie. He's a cute little yellow sponge boy. So, But it is, in America, it is, especially in the early 2000s, the phenomenon to beat all phenomenons. And I think totally justified, but...
Could you imagine... could you imagine growing up and having parents that, wouldn't let you watch SpongeBob?
Oh, there were a lot of people. A lot of people, especially that I knew, their parents didn't let them watch SpongeBob, either because they found it annoying or because there's the whole idea that SpongeBob is gay, and parents in the early 2000s were like, my kids are gonna catch the gay, I can't let them watch the yellow cartoon sponge, because SpongeBob was optimistic and had friends and hugged. Oops, that's gay.
It's gotta be so unfortunate to be out of the loop.
Oh yeah.
For this kind of thing.
I've said this before. If you weren't able to watch SpongeBob as a kid, my heart goes out to you. But if you actively dislike Golden Age SpongeBob, I got no time for you. You're not worth the fucking cum your daddy shot.
What if... Okay, so tomorrow...
yeah.
Actually, after this stream, Mega64 releases They release a 30-second long PSA.
Yeah.
And they say, in honor of Stephen Hillenburg, SpongeBob was mediocre at best.
Here's the thing. They're old enough that I could understand I could understand why they don't get it, in a way. Because I think if we were 16 and SpongeBob came out, I think a lot of our generation would have been like, that's annoying. He is annoying. So I can understand. Would I agree? No. Would I be like, okay, you guys can do that. You guys can say whatever. No. I'd be like, watch the fucking show, you dipshits, before you say that. Also, okay, I want to point this out. Every time I see this text box, I always think it says, "This is God."
Yeah, definitely what it looked like at first.
The last time I played this game with a girl I was dating, and I'm just playing through this game and we're talking, and then "This is God" appeared. I cried from laughing. But yeah, I just think SpongeBob is like I said earlier, The Simpsons defined the generation before us sense of humor. SpongeBob defined ours. This is the hardest part of the whole game. I'm not even gonna go for it. Should I? No, I shouldn't. There's just, and it was because we were kids and it was on, sure, but it was just so high quality. The thing about children's entertainment is, yeah, kids will watch anything. That's 100% true. So make it good. And then more than just kids will watch it. And then kids will be watching it whenever they're not kids. And that's something that, not to sound like a nostalgia freak, but the 90s really represented that in cartoons. Especially Nickelodeon Cartoon Network. Of okay, yeah, kids will watch anything. Let's give them something good to watch. And I think that's why those shows have way more lasting power over another 90s cartoon like Road Rovers. No, nobody gives two fucks about Road Rovers nowadays. Unless you grew up with it. But even then, people who grew up with it maybe don't remember it because it wasn't very good. If you're looking up Road Rovers, just be wary of furry stuff.
So I've actually I had a question for you.
Yeah.
What is the most controversial thing, or what are some controversies that have happened in SpongeBob episodes? I imagine there's got to be something, right?
What, controversies that arise because of episodes?
stuff that I think, or like
I was
so
talking.
I'm thinking of like Simpsons, and there recently was the whole
Apu controversy. Yeah.
Does SpongeBob have something like that?
I mean,
they look back on it and it's like
the whole gay thing. That was in the early 2000s. Like whenever SpongeBob was at its peak, both creatively and popularity wise, there was such an outcry that SpongeBob was gay, because there was a like PSA where there's all these cartoon characters coming together and holding hands. What's up? Do we sound all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All these cartoon characters. I just said it there while I drink this. All coming together. They hold hands and they're. Okay, let's do this. I want you to hear Mermaid Man. We'll get to this in a second. Oh, you hit triangle. You skip Mermaid Man. Alright, well, yeah, he sounds like shit. So it's all these cartoon characters coming together, holding hands, talking about... They all represent a different thing, and they're just talking about world peace and everything. But SpongeBob's there. So these fucking nutjob parents see that and are like, what does SpongeBob represent? Because Tommy Pickles represents babies. This character, Little Bill, represents black people. Why is SpongeBob there? And it was that mixed with, again, SpongeBob has a high-pitched voice. He's optimistic. He's happy. He hugs people. He, the Fry Cook Games episode, him and Patrick are wearing matching color underwear. Like, there's this whole outcry. SpongeBob's gay. Get it off the air. My kids are going to catch the gay. And I don't know how to talk to them like a responsible adult. And so that's the biggest one. There's other, much smaller things like, remember the episode where Squidward eats a Krabby Patty for the first time and gets addicted?
Yeah.
There's 2 shots cut from the version you would see on TV. They're on the DVD version, but, of Squidward, he, goes into the Krusty Krab, and there's a bucket of gasoline above the door that falls on him, and then a lit match drops, and that's their security system. And then they do that same gag again when he goes into the kitchen. Those are cut out of fear of like children mixing gasoline and fire.
That's fair. That does sound kind of violent. It sounds funny.
Oh, it is funny. It's really funny. But yeah, there's other than the gay thing, there are not many huge controversies. It usually just resulted in like, okay, the shot's cut. Like you remember the essay episode where SpongeBob's got to write the boating school essay and all. I think it's just called I really fucked that up. I think it's just called procrastination. There's a shot. Again, there's 2 shots. Very funny scenes though. One of SpongeBob looks out the window and there's like a carnival going on and all the kids are playing. Then the camera pans over and Patrick's putting sunscreen on Sandy. Well, she has her bikini top like pushed down around her shoulders. Parents lost their fucking minds. That was cut. And then there's another one which is definitely not I understand why it was cut. But I think it's a great joke, which is SpongeBob being like, I can get my license and think of all the things I can do while driving. And then it cuts to, like, F.U.N. racing footage of just a car just tumbling, like, on fire and, like, crashed. And it just comes back to him, like, smiling. And it's such a good gag. But, like, that one got cut. Hey, great show. So this is whenever you unlock Patrick. You can play as Patrick. So you can play as SpongeBob, Sandy, or Patrick. So we're about to unlock Patrick for the first time. Yeah. Controversial opinion. Patrick, funny character. I think he both is It's the same thing of like Homer Simpson, of like in the Golden Age episodes, he is the best character, and then in the not Golden Age episodes, he is the worst character. Because they replace stupidity with just being an asshole. So pro tip, after you hit the robot making machines, make sure to get the fuck out of there because they explode.
Interesting.
I say fuck a lot for a Stephen Hillenburg tribute stream. It's what he would have wanted. That's going to be my excuse from now on. To just do whatever I want. I'm just going to be like, Stephen Hillenburg would have wanted this. Oh, I just died.
What's, what is, Patchy the Pirates actor up to nowadays?
He's busy playing Spongebob. Because he's Tom Kenny.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's why those bits are so good. It's because Tom Kenny is a comedic genius.
Let's invite him on stream.
I'll talk to you about this off stream, but Tom Kenny, if you want to come on stream, hit us up. Email me at contactfudgefilms@gmail.com. If no joke, if Tom Kenny came on the stream, that Fudge Films is we're done. That will never. That's the peak. We'll never do better than Tom Kenny.
I'm interested in what I'm gonna hear after stream.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I
don't know how Mr. Tom Kenny works his way into this.
Yo, Tom Kenny sent me an email and he said, I'll be on your show, but you can't say fuck anymore. So, that's what I wanted to talk about. Now the cat's out of the bag. Now he won't come on the show at all. Thanks, Clayton.
Oops.
Oops. Alright. I love the idle animations, by the way, for this game. Like, SpongeBob just does weird things, and it works. It's just fun. Like, this game is a love letter to the show, and that's why it works. Like, the people, I believe Iron Galaxy made it? I don't know where the case is. Do you know where the case is?
No. This is all... I got nothing.
Oh, good. My hot pizza sat right on top of it. Heavy Iron. Heavy Iron said that they were fans of the show, and that's why they were so excited to make the game. And it shows. As opposed to... So, here's some trivia for you. The game before this one, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman on the PS2, was so hated, was so bad. It still sold really well initially until reviews got out because it was so rushed and bad. There is like no real ending to the game, and it has so many game-breaking glitches that it was like returned in droves. Like kids got it for like Christmas and then returned it like a month later. And so that's why there was pressure on Heavy Iron to make a good game this time. They didn't make Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, but to make a good game, and they delivered. So now you're Patrick. I think SpongeBob's animations can be a little weird. I think Patrick's animations are very weird. The way he runs and everything has always felt like strange to me. But yeah.
No, go on. I'm gonna go off on a tangent.
Go ahead and go off on a tangent because I have nothing interesting to say.
So, SpongeBob, it had a lot of like partial nudity, right?
Sure.
And it even had some full-on like sponge genitalia at some point.
Sure.
I think every character probably has gotten like naked except maybe Mrs. Puff.
Also Sandy. I don't think.
Also Sandy.
I mean,
we've seen her in her undergarments, right?
Sure. Well, you see in her bikini. I think the only time you could say, well, she's naked is whenever they go above land and she's a real squirrel. Yeah. She's not wearing any clothes there, so.
Yeah. So, did you ever get? Did you, like, even once in your childhood, you saw SpongeBob in his tidy whities and you just thought
about what?
You know, you're just thinking about him in his tidy whities and how he's an exhibitionist.
Can't say I ever thought about that. There is a interesting amount of, like, especially in season 1, of just like SpongeBob's naked. There it is. Like the episode where he runs away and joins the jellyfish and becomes like a feral child.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's just flat out naked in that. But then from that point on, then it was kind of like, okay, now he's embarrassed. Now we forgot SpongeBob has a dick now, and so then he became embarrassed to be naked. Which I think that's one of the fundamentals of creating a character is figuring out dick, no dick.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah. I guess it is pretty important to figure out the sex of your character.
Well, even beyond that, like, do they have genitalia for which to be embarrassed for? Which is why I'm really happy to announce none of the characters in Fudge films have dicks. They are all Ken dolls under there. So we're gonna go ahead and film that. That I already got kind of that on my camera. We'll talk about that now. So I filmed a video, an update video that'll be out probably this weekend. Just a little, hey, here's what's going on with the show. Here's what's going on with Encore. But to do it, I thought it'd be funny if I sat in my bathtub and drank wine. So I was just going to wear my boxers and drink wine. And I'm like, well, no, wait, I actually want to sit in the bath. Well, I'll still do it in boxers. And I'm like, yeah, but when am I going to have the opportunity to do this again on camera? So, hey, boxers off. So, on my camera right now, I keep all raw footage. This is the only raw footage that will be deleted. Because I have watched that footage back. There's a lot of my dick and there's a lot of my ass.
It has to be saved.
No. I don't want to die and then have my family be like, here's the lost files. And it's just me with a bottle of wine just, alright, how do I get in this tub? And just me, like my dick is just blowing in the wind. I'm like, how do I sit down in this tub? And I turn around, it's my ass. Because that's what that footage is for like 15 minutes. Because I had so many technical difficulties. Like, you don't understand. The camera, went to film. Memory full. Storage on the camera's full. Okay, deleted some things. Alright, go to record. Battery's dead. What? Okay, replace the battery. Then the camera won't turn on. Is the other battery dead? I pop it out, put it back in. Turns on. Okay. Alright, go to use my phone to record the audio. My phone, I hit record and my phone won't do anything. Why is this happening? Finally got it to work after 25 minutes. So there's just 25 minutes of my well, not that much, but like 15 minutes of just my bare ass and dick as I just flail around trying to figure stuff out.
Well, I'm interested.
Well, you're not going to see that footage. The only way you can see that footage is if you come over while I'm editing it.
Okay.
No, that's not an invitation.
I just won't leave.
That'd work. You got me there. The first thing I thought whenever I was like, okay, I'm going to get naked is, man, I bet Clayton wishes he was here right now.
I really do.
Because there's so much, there's footage of you with the camera being like, take it off. It's what the camera wants to see. Do you have anything to say for your crimes?
We have to, like, reshoot it.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Not happening. I'm out of wine, and,
I have wine.
Oh, well, that's the other thing. Also, I was going to use my unopened bottle of wine. I thought it was just a little twist off top, like the pink Maserati wine. No, it's a cork, and I don't have a corkscrew. So I took a pair of scissors I used to trim my goatee, tried to pry the cork out, could not do it, and just grabbed an open bottle of wine. It was like, fuck it. Which, let me just say, sitting in a hot bath, drinking wine, and just talking to the camera about the future of, like, your passion project was, like, a really, open experience. I felt very, like, comfortable. Very, like, therapeutic.
So what you're saying is we should do, like, monthly naked updates?
You just want to see my dick, dude.
The people want to see your dick. This has nothing to do with me.
Oh, okay.
I'm just looking out for the future of Fudge Films.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Fudge Films, the future is my dick. Once again, this is the Stephen Hillenburg tribute show. It's what he would have wanted. This is really hard.
Does Patrick have the same moves?
No. He's got a completely different moveset. He's got this. So SpongeBob's got the most versatile moveset. Sandy can lasso and, like, zip line and stuff. Patrick can throw things. That's Patrick's gimmick. It's like these watermelon. And also I think he does the most damage against normal enemies. But most normal enemies die in one hit anyway, so it's not really that cool. Like, I vastly prefer playing as SpongeBob or Sandy. But you have to play as Patrick for this segment.
Can we do a Nicktoons racing stream?
The good Nicktoons racing game?
Maybe.
Well, heavy quotations around good, but like the PS2 one?
Sure.
Not the new one, right?
Not the new one.
Okay.
The old 2000 one.
Yeah. I'd be down for that.
God damn, I love this game. Oh!
Welcome to the Stephen Hillenburg tribute stream. We will be nutting on stream. Clayton, I want to eat. Do you want to take this from me?
Sure.
You gotta get through it. You're going straight forward. You want to get through those spikes, son.
Is that so?
Yeah, don't go backwards.
Okay.
This pizza sucks. It's fine.
Oh, I'm kind of a professional gamer.
Oh. Alright, now the speedrun starts.
We're gonna go collect all of these, flower things?
Professional gamer. They're called shinies.
Well, how about that? Oh.
You want to hit circle to pick things up. Just, it'll respawn. Just give it a second. I showed you my dick. Answer me.
I probably got to step off of it.
Probably.
I wanna get a good view of Patrick Star.
There he is.
How much do you think Patrick benches?
800 pounds.
I could see it. Okay, we're just gonna have to do that a couple more times. Here we go.
There you go.
Oh. I wanted to do them all one by one.
Alright, Clayton, what's your opinion on the SpongeBob movie? The first one.
I like it. It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched. I've seen that a lot of times.
Same here. It's one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorite movies that like I saw in theaters and is really really had a big impact on my life. In that, not because I saw it and was like, wow, yeah, I want to be a man now. But it kind of, I went and saw that movie whenever it came out, 2004, with a bunch of my friends from elementary school at the time. And this was like 4th grade, right? This is when things start getting weird, right? This is whenever kids start changing. Puberty's slowly starting to set in. Things are starting to get a little weird. And I really remember my grandfather was really sick. And, like, my friends in elementary school were starting to get, like, strange. And I remember going and seeing the Spongebob movie with them. And, that movie is really, it's a really good period. It's a really good end to this, like, golden age of not only SpongeBob, but, like, of Nickelodeon. But it really felt at the time like the end of childhood. Because that's kind of what the movie's about, is like, stop being a kid, you gotta be a man, you gotta do this. And so I remember watching that movie in theaters and being like kind of like childhood's over. Like time to grow up kind of thing. And it's always had that impact on me. Especially the soundtrack to that movie, the CD. It has, like I said, SpongeBob and Patrick confront the psychic wall. It has a lot of songs like that reassert the movie's theme of, like, it's time to grow up. You know, you can't be a kid forever. But also, just because you can't be a kid forever doesn't mean you can't still have childlike wonder and sense of humor. And I always felt like not only was that the movie's strongest point and the soundtrack's strongest point, but I really felt SpongeBob as a show kind of represents that. I'm looking the movie and the soundtrack, yeah, but like I look at the show and I am looking way too deep into the show, but it really feels like there's so much oh yeah, you're just assaulting children.
It looks funny. It's
what Stephen Hillenburg would have wanted. No, that's one of my favorite things. If I don't think we'll get to it, but there's a later level where it's like a ski resort.
Oh
no!
That looks really bad.
That's Twitch just banned us.
Stephen Hillenburg tribute stream.
Speaking of loss of innocence, loss of childhood. Jesus Christ, Clayton. Anyway.
He moved. He ran. He ran back behind the pole.
There's a ski resort later where I would go in as Sandy and just beat up the kids. So now, slowly walk around him. They just follow you. After you hit them, they follow you with their eyes. Just dead-eyed. So I would do that. Anyway. SpongeBob has this feeling of, like, it's got so much childhood wonder and innocence and humor. But he's also dealing with, like, day-to-day, like, adult things, kind of. You know, getting a job, getting a higher education, like, there's the episode where he goes and sees his grandma, and he just wants to be a little kid again. Like, the fake sideburns and everything. Like, I don't know. I don't know much about Stephen Hillenburg as a person, because he was a really, kind of not secretive, but it's not like there's 800 memoirs that he wrote out there about his life. But, and maybe I'm reading too far into it, but I always felt like that maybe was something he felt, and it was reflected in the show of, like, it's okay to grow up, but it's never okay to grow out of being a child. And I think that's why SpongeBob appeals to everyone. Whether you're a little kid, you know, a 6-year-old right now could watch Band Geeks and still find it as funny as an 80-year-old, you know? It's because the show is smart, it's funny, it's good, it's everything a great show should be, but it's also not, it doesn't talk down to its audience. It very much acknowledges that adults like childish jokes as much as children do. And children like smart jokes like adults do. It's just SpongeBob is the kind of thing that no matter who you are in life, you can enjoy. And that's why earlier when I said, like, if you don't like Golden Age SpongeBob, like, you're not worth my time, it's because it really is perfect. It really encapsulates being a kid, being an adult. And it's wonderful. And I am so thankful Stephen Hillenburg, you know, created what he did. I'm so thankful for the team behind those golden years of SpongeBob for making what they did. Because I think it's something we're going to be watching in 20 years from now, you know? The show's coming up on 20 years. I think 20 years from now, SpongeBob's still going to be incredibly relevant and funny to more than just our generation. So yeah, there's my big emotional SpongeBob rant. That I'm like, I know going into this, I don't want to do an emotional rant, but I know I'm going to end up doing it because I have such a big love for SpongeBob. You just died. You're a fucking idiot.
Okay, that was ridiculous. That was unfair.
Alright, sorry. Anyway, Clayton, alright, now it's time for your big emotional SpongeBob rant. Go ahead.
I watched it when I was a kid. I liked it.
Such beautiful words.
I can't say I remember these robots. Maybe I'm not a true SpongeBob fan.
They were not in the show.
Well, you're supposed to say I wasn't a true SpongeBob fan.
I'm not that mean.
Okay.
Okay, get the gold. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Oh, iframes.
Gotta use those iframes, guys. It's what Steven would have wanted. In the production Bible for the show, it does say SpongeBob uses iframes. And I just want to say, folks out there watching, if you're like, yeah, first 3 seasons are golden, movie's golden, I wish there was more good SpongeBob, but there isn't. Watch the last, 2-3 seasons. Stephen Hillenburg came back to the show, and it really kind of pulled the whole production together, and it's really good. Same with the new movie. It's not as good. None of this stuff is as good, but that's because it was such a cacophony of great writers and everything. But it's still pretty good. This new stuff's pretty good, so check that out. You're about to get fucked. I'm gonna eat more of this pineapple pizza. Alright, Clayton, what's your opinion on pineapple pizza? Let's get this straight.
Well, I mean, you probably know how I feel about it.
I don't know, do I?
Do you?
I don't know, do I?
Do you?
I don't know, do
I? Folks at home, vote on how I feel about pineapple pizza.
Put a 1 in chat if he likes it. Put a 2 in chat if he doesn't. Is that correct?
Well, let's take a look at the polls here. There's a 1. I don't remember which one.
It was number 1 if he likes it, number 2 if he doesn't.
Oh, well, there you go. I like pineapple pizza.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you're not one of these fucking macho pieces of shit. Pineapple on pizza is for pussies. Eat my ass, little boy. Pineapple on pizza is the best way to eat pizza. So that's one of my favorite lines from the game, is when picking up a pair of underpants is Patrick getting a health pickup and him being like, I don't think SpongeBob's underwear fits quite right. Can you stop? Oh shit, that's fine.
Why do they just have these NPCs here?
Because it's fun.
It is.
Please don't go back to humping him.
That's probably my favorite attack in this game. Do the left buttons do anything?
No, I don't believe so.
I can move with the D-pad.
They do later on, but not right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, later on, you get a homing missile you can shoot. That's not a joke.
It's just... I love it.
Clayton, if we ever get the chance to make a Fudge Films game, that's going to be your attack in the game. Yeah, later on you get a bubble homing missile from Spongebob. This game gets... I'm really sad that we're probably only going to see, like, the first 2 levels. Because this game gets fucking nuts later on.
Oh, no.
Clayton? Clayton? Don't. Clayton? Clayton, do not. Clayton? Don't do it. Clayton, I will take that controller from you. Clayton? Clayton? Why'd you have to do this during the Stephen Hillenburg tribute?
Because you let me play as Patrick. I don't know what to tell you.
We'll change to SpongeBob.
I don't know how to do that.
You go to the bus stop and you hit R1.
Oh, I don't know where that is.
You are literally standing right next to it. Turn around.
Oh, it was probably telling that to me because it wants me to switch to SpongeBob.
Yeah. Yeah, this game gets like Clayton. Clayton.
Ah! Oh no. Ah!
There are levels later. You remember the episode where SpongeBob invades everyone's streams?
Yes.
There's a level based on that. There's a lot of absolutely nuts levels later on.
Oh, Patrick can throw things at it. Oh, okay.
So I'll let you play how you want to play. I'm not gonna backseat game.
Well, it says I gotta sneak up on him.
No, you're doing that right.
Okay. I'm gonna be Patrick because I like Patrick.
You remember the episode of SpongeBob where he gets the seahorse?
Yes, I do indeed.
That was another one of my favorite gags. Whenever SpongeBob tries to get rid of the seahorse, and he's like, "Just leave, you big, stupid, ugly creature!" And then Patrick, like, while he's saying that, Patrick walks into frame, and then he just turns around and walks out of frame. Please stop having sex with these people.
it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. The robot's not gonna come back, is he?
No.
Well, I'll just go find another one. Oh, but I need... Oh, I need Spongebob, don't I? God damn it.
You can also... So what I was going to say earlier is you can go down that bridge and there's a...
Go down this bridge?
No. This is a Patrick thing.
Oh yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
No. You want to throw that at the, yeah. Because the robots are over flooding the lagoon.
What is this thing? Rude? Oops. Oh no! We're fine. Wow, this game's kind of hard.
Sure. It can be tough. You suck.
This is not a bad game.
I mean, I 100%ed it whenever I was like 10. So,
Wow, what are you, a gamer?
I am a gamer. I do hate women. Alright, now you need to not die.
So,
Yeah.
I debated posting this in the group chat earlier, and I didn't. But when you're home alone, do you ever just like scream?
Oh, yeah.
It's fun, isn't it?
Even whenever I'm not home alone. I'll be here and my roommates will be here and I'll just... Ah! I do it at work a ton, though, because I'll get bored at work and I'll just be sitting there on Reddit on my laptop, and I'll, like, start singing to myself, and then I'll just start making noises, and then I'll just turn into screams.
I like doing that when my dogs and cats are around, because they give me real funny looks.
Right. Okay, now I think you should turn into SpongeBob.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to if I want to get that blue boy.
Well, that's the color green, not blue, but good attempt.
It's like a mint. When you get close to
Sure,
it,
but that doesn't make it blue. Mint is not a blue...
It's like a teal.
Well done, Patrick. You're a real star. No.
Ah!
Talk to her again?
Well done.
Okay, never mind.
No.
Don't. Clayton!
Do you have any lines for, she does.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even have a license. Oh, good. Then it was just another bad dream.
You know that episode where she gets sent to jail and SpongeBob and Patrick try to break her out?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
So there's a nuke. You can go ahead and set that off. You know, Bikini Atoll and all that.
Is this actually... Is this here for a reason, or is this
No,
just a decoration?
it's just a decoration. Alright, so there you go. There you go. You're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it.
Woo.
Look at that. What a gamer. I remember This is another SpongeBob memory. I remember going over to my friend Lonnie's house, and he had a little brother Lee. And I went over. Wow, I just fucking. I can't believe I remembered them. Because they were only my friends for like half a year. I went over to their house whenever I was like in 3rd grade, and they shared a bedroom. They were brothers, and their whole bedroom was like SpongeBob themed. Like they had like their walls were blue, and they had like SpongeBob decals on the wall. Like it was all painted to look like Jellyfish Fields. And they had like SpongeBob bedspreads and sheets and a SpongeBob TV and all this stuff. What are you doing? What is this? Why are you doing this?
Look at this. It looks like that thing is doing that.
Oh, yeah, but it's more like that. It's like the Italian thing, not the white power thing.
When did this become white power?
That's what it is now.
Since what?
Hey, I don't get it, because I do this because I'm Italian. But I've been told doing this is for white power.
Oh, well.
I guess you really are a gamer.
Do the goofy laugh. The goofy, like the goofy character. Like, do the...
What? I love that you just assume that I can do that. What the? No! What? Why even say that? I mean, I probably can do that if I tried, but like... What the fuck does that have anything to do with anything?
I don't know, I just thought about it. It's funny. Do the yoo-hoo? That thing.
Well, it's like a... Well, that's more like Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie, because you start it up and it's like... The only goofy thing I can do really well is the yell.
Do it.
Now you put me on the spot.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what I have memories of?
What?
Back in the day,
Yeah.
we would we would go on vacation every now and then, right?
Sure. People tend to do that, yeah.
And there were a few times that we went to like Disney World and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember this one hotel we stayed at. It was like it was like a Disney hotel or something. But it was one room with 2 beds, and there was a TV, but the TV didn't have many channels.
Okay.
So we just watched, they had a channel that just played like old Disney stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like old Mickey Mouse and the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, like a song.
Okay.
Which
one? Was it the hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work we go. Hi-ho, hi-hi-dee-ho.
They definitely had that. They may have even just had the entire soundtrack.
Right. Oh, Tobias, I'm gonna screw this up. Paolo says, hola, Tobias. We're playing SpongeBob in honor of our man Stephen Hillenburg. Anyway, yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't know what else I had to really say about it, other than it was an experience. It introduced me to that content that I didn't ask for.
Right. Was that Disneyland or Disney World?
Well, Disneyland is in California, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think there's one on the East Coast.
No.
So it'd have been Disney World.
Okay.
Down in Florida.
Yeah.
I did go to Disneyland once when I was a bab, so I didn't really remember it.
I've never been to a theme park bigger than Kennywood here in Pennsylvania. I've never been to a Disney park, anything like that. I've never been to the beach. I grew up poor. So.
Let's do... Alright, game plan?
Yeah.
When I... Something that I've genuinely thought about, if I... Like, I don't spend my money, right?
Sure.
I don't spend it on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ever get a lot of cash... Uh-oh.
SpongeBob just had a heart attack.
If I ever get a lot of money, I want to get all the guys, and I'll pay for, like, a good chunk of a trip to the beach.
Okay. I really want to, this upcoming summer, go to a beach. Even if it's just for a day. Because I've never been. It's on my bucket list, so.
It'd be a lot of fun. I mean, how far away,
Not very far. There's one in Maryland. So.
Sure.
Yeah, I've never been to the beach, never been to a Disney park, which is nuts to people who know me because, like, I could talk about the history of Disney parks pretty decently. I know a lot about the Disney parks. Never been to one. Probably not going to go to one in the foreseeable future. Thank you, money.
We'll get around to it.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Popular review of Disney parks. Yeah, they're alright. Kind of forgettable.
I like, shoot, what was it? Epcot? What do they do at Epcot? Because I remember liking it.
A lot. There's a lot at Epcot.
Oh.
Listen, we'll see. Can we table my lecture on the history of Epcot for whenever we play a Disney game?
Okay.
Okay. Because I can listen. Epcot stands for experimental. I don't remember. Epcot was supposed to be the city of the future. And then Walt died. Like, Walt wanted to create this is happening. Walt wanted to create a community of, like, inside the park of people living. And he wanted it to be all futuristic and, like, real. Like, he wanted to supply people with the future today. And then he died. And people who took over the Disney parks were like, why was the old man building a city? We can't make money from this. We can't put Mickey's face on this. And got rid of the idea. Like, Walt was trying to change the world with this.
You know, that's pretty cool. Did Walt Disney, was he anti-Semitic, or is that just a meme?
What a question. As far as I understand, it is much like Walt's head being frozen. It is not factual.
Okay.
It definitely has more evidence to it than Walt's head being frozen. But as far as I understand, no, Walt was not anti-Semitic.
Okay. Well, you're talking about this guy who wanted to build a city of the future. I could see him freezing his head.
Clayton, may I remind you, we are live on Twitch playing a SpongeBob SquarePants game.
What?
I'm just...
Yeah, it's a fun game.
I'm just saying... the bluer material may be shelved for after a couple beers.
Do you know something that I don't?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Alright, we're cutting this bit, we're dropping it. Crossbones 9000. Hello, welcome to the show. We're playing this game. Things are going great. You jumped in at a really strange time in the show. We did a nice Stephen a really good Stephen Hillenburg tribute earlier, I think. I think I said some nice things. I don't know. Maybe I'm just jerking myself off. But it's what Stephen would have wanted. Crossbones 9000 says, hi, 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 hi. Now says, fuck you. Alright, thank you, Crossbones 9000. Twitch chat is wild, dude.
It's a good time.
I gotta get some thicker skin, dude. I've thought about that recently of like, cause specifically me, I've gotten fucking nasty comments on some of our videos before, but it's never really set me off. But that's cause they're all just like talking about my weight and my appearance. That doesn't affect me. I don't give a fuck about that. If I gave a fuck about my appearance, I wouldn't look like I do. But, you could cut me deep with some stuff. So, I don't know why I said that on a live stream. I just gave them ammunition, but... We're gonna spend the whole 2 hours on this level. I'm not saying that, like, as a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, wow, that really is happening.
I mean, it feels like a well-made level. There's,
It is. I think it is.
This game is just fun.
Yeah. It's a good game. Crossbones 9000 says, yo, my balls are big and fat. Alright. Twitch chat's cool. Crossbones, can you give us your best, like, Stephen Hillenburg, like, tribute? Do you want to say some good things about Stephen Hillenburg? And I'll kind of read them out. Why am I giving this guy this? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Just, get your finger on the trigger just in case.
It is Twitch, so I do have those words, some of those interesting words I'm pretty sure I have pre-censored. So
okay. Be sure to spam Franker Phase Z emotes.
Don't do that. I mean, do that. Why not?
They're good emotes.
There's nothing in that cave. Don't try it. I tried it as a kid.
That cave, yeah, that reminds me of the level in Left 4 Dead. In Left 4 Dead 2.
The, like, Tunnel of Love?
No, the one before that, on the roller coaster, where you go up, and then you go in and around during the Horde event.
Why does that remind you of that? Little known fact, Left 4 Dead 2 was Stephen Hillenburg's favorite game. So...
There you see, they're good emotes.
Crossbones, thank you for the... Oh, he's just going nuts with the emotes now. That one's my favorite. Craigasm? That's my favorite emote.
Yeah, that's a classic.
So there's this. So Spongebob also has this ability where he can wall jump back and forth.
Man, they're giving us a lot of new mechanics.
Yeah.
Just when I switched to Patrick.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've never understood that. I think it's because you can get through that other segment as Patrick. So that bus stop's there so you can... Because you have to be Spongebob for this.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Whoa!
There you go. You're getting it. There you go. There you go.
So luckily, I don't think I have to actually even use the stick. I can just spam X.
Yeah.
That takes away a lot of coordination that I may have needed.
Coordination you may have needed, but in fact lack. Yeah, make sure. Just...
Come on, juice him. Juice me!
He's not.
Juice me! Oh, okay. I wanted to, like... What is this guy shooting?
Tartar sauce.
Tartar. Oh.
Because they're fish.
You know, I used to not like tartar sauce.
Yeah.
I had it at a local restaurant like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
With some gigantic, fucking huge fish stick kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was really good. I like tartar sauce now.
I like tartar sauce. I remember not knowing what tartar sauce was whenever I played this game, and then my parents got tartar sauce one day, and I was like, oh! So that is actually Bubble Buddy's voice.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Thanks, Bubble Buddy.
Would you kiss Bubble Buddy on the mouth?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Would he like suck me in?
No.
Because we know he's not an honorable man. He's like at least
Yeah.
at the very least he's like chaotic neutral.
Yeah. He's definitely killed someone. Bubble Buddy has like the highest death count in SpongeBob.
Okay.
I hate the King Jellyfish in the show. That episode is not.
Son of a gun.
That episode's not one of my favorites. Where he's just like, buzz, 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 buzz. I don't. No, I take that back because that one's also got Larry the sea cucumber, and it's got. It's the jellyfishing convention one, so it's also got the Patrick just going up to stuff and just touch, and then the security guard being like, "Sir, do not touch that." Touch.
So what I'm thinking is,
Yeah. Hit him.
I want him to like. Oh, is that what I have to do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it looked like he like. I was gonna get him to suck up the nuke and blow up
Nope.
the entire.
Those are just decorations.
Can I go? Okay,
No.
I can't go.
SpongeBob can't swim.
Okay, so we'll wait for him to land.
There you
And then we'll beat the gel Lee.
See-
Oh, it birthed.
Oh, wait, but is it the... I thought it was the king.
Well, you know, titles.
I think probably jellyfish are asexual. I bet male jellyfish can have babies.
Ooh, it keeps birthing.
Ew. Birth.
Uh-oh.
Alright, Clayton, it's you or him.
See that? He telegraphed that attack, and I still died.
Alright. This time you got
This game's hard. I learned the mechanics.
Clayton, if you think this game's hard now, like, we're on the first level, buddy. You should see some of the stuff this game pulls.
Okay, wait for his birthing animation. Here we go. He's gonna telegraph his attack. I watched the Game Maker's Toolkit on
on this game.
on Cuphead actually, which may as well be this boss battle.
Yeah.
He's gonna telegraph his attack. Okay, see, well that's just bad game design.
Oh. This guy watches one Game Maker's Toolkit video and he knows how to make a game. He knows what bad game design is automatically.
Here, so he's gonna hopefully do the thing again.
This guy
Telegraph it. Here we go. Okay.
you gotta hit his head.
Oh.
This guy watches one Game Maker's Toolkit video and he can tell you exactly why Uncharted 2 is the worst game ever.
So here's phase 2.
So you got the jellyfish jelly for Squidward's nose. So this is the most fun part of the level. Well, okay, after this is the most fun part of the level.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and collect all of our
Money.
shinies. Was it?
Yes. Make sure to get that cardboard box. Remember the cardboard box episode? That's a great episode.
That is a really good episode. Whoa! Ooh! Oops. I died.
So the surfing in this, is actually insane because they usually actually set out these whole courses. So, like, if you see here, like, you can go down around there, but there's also a shortcut if you just jump off here. Like, there's...
Shortcut?
Yeah.
Whoa!
These are really insanely well thought out. And that's why the ski resort level is my favorite level. Because it's just all 3 of those. I wish we would have the time to get to that tonight.
Well, you know.
We might... No. We gotta watch Shrek, Clayton.
Shrek is on the list.
It's on the docket for things we... If you ever wonder, what does Fudge Films do, like, in between making great videos? We watch Shrek.
That's where we get our inspiration.
Like, unironically, we're watching Shrek.
This level's kind of hard.
Yeah. Maybe I'll talk to you after the show. Almost got it. I love the shy tikis, like, coming up on them like that is always funny to me because they just slowly turn around. They're like, fuck, and then you just hit them. Oh.
I jumped over.
You got it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. You got it with, like, the tip of your tongue. Alright, where's Squid? So there's... Okay, wait. Okay, get the jellyfish away from that woman. I want to show you something.
Ow.
Okay. You gotta... No, what do you... You gotta...
How do I get them away?
You gotta hit them!
They don't get hit. Oh, yeah, they do. Some bad game design. They never telegraphed to me that I can hit the jellyfish.
Yeah, it's bad game design. Okay, now hit her. Okay, now stand here. Turn the camera. Yeah, just keep it here for a second. I'm fairly certain this is the right one. No, pan up. Keep it here. Give it a second. I promise you in time. Do it, bitch. She's not going to do it. Nope, I guess that's her idle animation. Maybe it's a different female fish like that.
I think she just wanted me to beat the shit out of her.
No, there's one of them who adjusts her boobs. And I remember as a kid being like, that's scandalous.
What the hell is this guy?
It's a little fish, man.
Where's the bus stop?
No.
No reason.
No. Talk to Larry.
See, no problem. You can do anything you set your mind and your muscles to.
Who do you think voices him?
Kronk.
Nope.
Was I close?
Nope. It's Mr. Lawrence, who also voices Plankton.
Oh.
Voices Larry.
How about that?
He also voices... Did you ever watch Rocko's Modern Life?
Yes. I mean, yeah.
Do you remember Filbert the turtle? He's like this nerdy turtle with a really like high-pitched nasally voice. I legitimately did not realize until a handful of years ago that Mr. Lawrence also voiced Filbert.
Anything for my best friend Squidward. Can I rub some on?
What if I just gave you this?
Excellent.
That's hot.
That's pretty hot. So we beat level 1.
Yep. Only took us an hour and 47 minutes.
Well, you can, here, you want to speedrun level 2?
Yeah, I'll take it.
That was a lot of fun.
It's a fantastic game. I love those loading screens. So, I'm trying to think. How many socks do we have? We have 9. Okay, so level 2 is the city. We can go to the city or we can go to Goo Lagoon. Oh. I guess we're going to go... Well, no, we can still do the city. It's up to you.
Which one's more fun? I don't know.
I prefer Goo Lagoon.
Alright, let's see it. Let's see Goo Lagoon.
Remember the episode where SpongeBob and Patrick try to become lifeguards? And they get butt cramps whenever they try and swim?
Yes, I vaguely remember.
That's the one they're gonna free everyone with the free ice cream thing, and then Patrick gets distracted by it. So, Goo Lagoon, actually, maybe I take this back. I'm leaving. Goo Lagoon, the later part of Goo Lagoon's cool, but the start of Goo Lagoon isn't cool. I like how the city goes first. And seeing how we only have about 10 minutes left in the show, I think the city will be more fun. I'm just realizing that you aren't wearing sweatpants, and I feel very threatened sexually.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You probably should be.
I'm gonna suck that dick.
Okay. That's what I'm wearing these for. Oh.
This might be like one of the few, maybe 5 times in my whole life I've seen you not wear sweatpants. Is it because you met with a millionaire today?
Yes.
Is he interested in investing in fudge films?
Yes.
How much?
Well, the finer details are still being worked out.
Right.
We just have to have their logo, on, 50% of the screen.
I'll take it.
Okay.
So this is why I wanted to choose City, is because you get Spongeball, which is only used in this level. And it does not control well.
If the devs had watched Game Maker's Toolkit.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna eat these last 2 pizza rolls.
Yeah, I like that I had actual pizza. I saw you just have pizza rolls, and I was like, that's a better idea than what I spent money on. Did I ever tell you about the time that I made a whole, massive bag of pizza rolls?
Maybe?
It was, right after we moved in here. I got a lot, yeah.
Did that girl?
I mean, they should have the same idle animation.
She's a busty one.
Jesus. But, we moved in here, and I'm like, okay, I got this extra large bag of pizza rolls. I'm gonna make the whole thing, put it in a storage container, and then I can have pizza rolls whenever I want. That didn't work out well because, reheated pizza rolls do not taste as good. It was a nice thought, though.
There's no such thing as a nice thought.
Jesus.
The mythical creature.
Hey, we got 8 minutes left. We put out a video this week. I literally just remembered that. We put out the us improving skits video.
Oh yeah.
Clayton, you were there. You were.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that video. We were on the couch.
Yeah.
And we did the improv thing.
Wow, he really remembers. Yeah, put that. I finally kind of.
I remember the Shrek eats ass or something. He eats something with donkey and donkey.
It was the last thing. So okay, so there's 2 of them that I cut from it because I'm like, this isn't funny and it makes the video too long. But I left fully in that whole Shrek skit because. Clayton, I don't know what the fuck happened to you, but you just went yeah, I don't give a fuck anymore during that, and we're specifically, okay, we had come up with a title, and we're sitting there, and it's okay, who's gonna start? I'm like, Clayton, you start. First word of the title, Alice. what the fuck does Alice have to do with anything? So then I go Shrek, you go Eats, which again, what the fuck? And then Danny says donkey, but to be fair to you, he says that, and I like laugh, and I'm like, okay, that's a good title. And then you go, it's a double entendre, donkey, ass, and then Danny and I lose our minds. So, yeah, that video, that's a fun little like filler video. We got some stuff coming up soon, but it was just a fun. We didn't really know what to film. We just know that we wanted to film something because we didn't really have anything, and it was like, well, let's just film us doing that. So, and I think it turned out pretty well. I think it's a decently funny video. So,
yeah, it was fun making it.
If you haven't seen it yet, it's up on the YouTube channel. It's called Fudge Films Improves Improv. Can I just say my favorite part of making videos is coming up with the titles? It really is, though. Like, I get such a kick out of that stuff. I fucked up. I forgot that, like, the first level of this game is, like, great and fun and, like, baby's first platformer. And then from that point on, this game is just like, we're going to be an asshole to you. Or I should say the 2 levels you can get from that point on are just, let's be an asshole.
So I'm gonna take the remaining time here.
Yeah.
I want to give a little. I want to give my own little monologue here about Rockstar Games' newest game, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it at all on the show or anything, so.
So I recently finished the main story. I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, but
John Marston dies.
It's an experience,
Right.
and I think it's probably the best. It's absolutely the best narrative that I've ever played through.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I'm excited for you to be able to experience that as well.
Yeah.
That being said, the online also recently came out, and it's mediocre.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's... There's a lot of things to gripe about with it. There's a lot of... The economy's all fucked up because they want people to pay money.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that really annoyed me, I found a horse that had one better stat than the one that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I rode it, and I tamed it, and I took it to the stable, and they told me that I couldn't because you have to buy your horses from the stable.
Oh, that's bullshit.
It is really dumb. So the whole taming horses is practically it's not it's a it's like an empty feature. Anyhow,
What would you give the game out of 10?
just the single player or like the single and the
Let's go just single player.
I probably give it. I give it like a. For the whole game, I'd give it like a 9 out of 10, probably.
Okay.
It left a big impact on me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. They finally patched it because online came out. So John, Jack, Abigail, and Sadie all are back in my game, so I can actually play through the story now instead of just like kind of wandering around. So that's what I've been doing. I think I'm on the precipice of chapter 3. So.
Okay. Well, I look really forward to.
Not to interrupt. Getting that jump is really fucking hard, and I just did it first try. I've never done that first try before. Anyway.
Well, I look forward to
Good bit. Definitely not dead air. We'll talk about it as I progress. We'll be able to talk about it a little bit more.
Hell yeah. Let's play the whole single player tonight.
No. You just want to get out of watching Shrek.
I want you to experience what I experienced.
Yeah, other people have said that and have been over whenever I played the game and have gone, oh, make sure to go in there. Oh, make sure to go. Oh, this is a really funny part. Make sure to go in there to see that. And I like the getting drunk Lenny mission just fine, but it was completely fucking ruined for me because it was like, hey, go in that room. Oh, wow, yeah. Hey, make sure to say this thing. And I'm not going to say who did this, but it was like, yeah, that was funny, but it would have been funnier if I could have discovered that stuff on my own.
Did I do that?
No.
Did we do that on stream?
No.
Okay.
Clayton, if it was you, I would have called you out on it, on the stream. Anyway, Stephen Hillenburg was a big Red Dead Redemption 2 fan. You know, his last words were, bury me with my money. That's... First of all, it's Sunset Riders, and that's so mean to say. I bet Stephen Hillenburg had a lot of money, though.
Probably. Maybe.
I mean, if you created SpongeBob SquarePants, as long as he signed a decent deal, I bet he got a pretty penny.
You think Dan Schneider has a lot of money?
Yeah. Okay, that reminds me. So, oh, I fucked this up. Last night, I went home to see my brother, and, he, in his recommended, was an Amanda Show compilation, and we were like, hell yeah, we loved Amanda Show as a kid, and we started watching it, and there's one, did you ever watch the Amanda Show?
I probably did, but I don't remember any of it.
Okay, well, there's a skit where she, like, prank calls this old man, and he's like, what? Where's my wife? Whoa! And it's just, like, it's screaming for, like, 2 minutes. I still found it funny, but about 30 seconds into it, I went, the guy in the old man outfit is Dan Schneider. So, whoops.
Wait, so what was weird about it?
That it was Dan Schneider.
But was he... Well...
Just the fact that it was Dan Schneider, and I don't want to go Dan Schneider's the funniest part of this.
Oh, okay.
Because it's Dan Schneider.
This door is locked from the inside. Who would do such a...
What a question.
So these platforms suck. They're rusty. So they're slippery. Is that how that works in real life? I don't remember.
Well, no, you get tetanus from rust.
Yeah, but is it slippery?
No, you just get tetanus.
Yeah. Bye, Gary.
Why isn't Gary a playable character?
What? Okay, what would a Gary game... Okay, you've watched Game Maker's Toolkit. Pitch me a Gary game.
Well, I can tell you... So the most recent one I watched earlier today, actually. After the Cuphead bosses Game Maker's Toolkit, I watched the puzzle. The good making puzzle.
Right.
So, I'm kind of a professional when it comes to making puzzle games.
So you make a Gary puzzle game.
Yeah.
I'd play it.
So pitch me an idea.
What does that mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Go ahead.
In what context?
Just give me something to work with.
This is a good bit. I want you to know. I like this bit.
I want you to know that I'm waiting.
Listen, we just got Sandy. Look, we're Sandy now.
Woo!
So she can hover. She's got chops. That's it. And she's only in like 3 levels. Because she's a girl. Yeah.
She's also a mammal.
Ooh. Who's your favorite girl?
My favorite girl.
Yeah.
Let me think about this.
Alright. Hard question.
Um,
Is it a hard question because there's just too many or too little? I think there's my answer.
well, you probably don't know her. You know Naui from Fire Emblem?
No.
Okay.
How old is she?
Like 1,000-year-old.
Oh yeah, she also has a lasso.
Oh, how about that? I wouldn't pick Naui. She's a dragon, though. She's okay.
See, this sounds like a meme I've heard, and I don't like that.
I mean, she's like the epitome of the 1,000-year-old dragon lolly girl. Her and Tiki.
Just stop. Just stop. Stop naming lolly Fire Emblem characters. Do you think Stephen Hillenburg liked lollies? Clayton, I'm going to hell after Stephen Hillenburg just sent me to hell.
I mean, I think it's a good question.
I don't think it is.
I think it's important to, you know,
Yeah?
it's a good tell of character, you know. When we do our Disney stream, we'll ask the same thing about Mr. Walt Disney.
Oh, Walt was into lollies. Let's get that straight. Tinkerbell.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Minnie is kind of a lolly. She's like a mouse lolly.
Yeah. Okay, well let's take a look at what Steve Hillenburg has done. Has he done more than SpongeBob?
He directed for Rocko's Modern Life.
Are there any lollies in that?
No.
Well,
There's
he's
furries.
He's real good at hiding it.
I'm trying to get us 15 golden spatulas so we can fight the first boss. So you can see what the fuck a boss fight in this game looks like. Other than like a main boss fight. Because they're a little bit nuts. And then we can go ahead and wrap up.
Interesting.
Oh, I need to be Sponge. Alright, Clayton, do you have any other SpongeBob memories you want to share before we wrap up?
Not that I can think of. I don't know. Pitch me. Give me something to work with.
Like, what's your favorite SpongeBob line? Your favorite joke or anything?
I like the noise that the Flying Dutchman makes.
Okay, you gotta be way more specific than that.
I like the bit where they did the SpongeBob and Patrick were trying to, like, let's see. They're trying to like imitate the Dutchman's voice or something. They were going like, ooh, something like that.
All right, so this has been part of Clayton's SpongeBob fanfic. That's another good a good bit is the episode where they join the Dutchman's crew, and they do the whole is that one with the SpongeBob's driving the boat. And it's just like,
Yeah.
keep going, keep going, keep going. You're good. You're good. And it's just tearing the wood off. Which reminds me, here's a little SpongeBob trivia. The episode Shanghai, which is the one where SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward, the Flying Dutchman drops an anchor into Squidward's house, and then they climb up it, and they get the 3 wishes. That was actually its original airing. It was actually, you would go online and vote on. So if you watch the episode now, like the Patchy the Pirate stuff's still there, but it's like censored out whenever he tells you to go online, because you would go online and vote who gets the wish. And so Squidward and Patrick, if they got it, it was the same thing of the Dutchman would just eat them. Like it would just cut to like a scene of like the Dutchman and like their clothes like on a plate and he like ate them. But if SpongeBob was the winner, the thing was probably rigged because he's the only one with a different ending, which is he wishes the Flying Dutchman was a vegetarian and then they become fruit. Which that ending is really weird, but that's the canonical ending. Because that's the one that won. But the other 2 endings are included, like, on the DVD. And it's not... There's no joke. Like, it's really strange. But yeah.
That whole episode's kind of strange.
That episode's...
Because they did the... Is that the one where Squidward is sent to, like, the Shadow Realm?
Yeah, he just gets sent through, like, the hell portal. And he's just screaming.
There's that, and then they did the
perfume department.
Yeah,
the only exit is through the perfume department, and then it's just like they look like they went to war.
The early days had some fucking weird episodes.
Dude, that's what made them so great, is because the jokes could be anything from like just a simple one-liner to completely subversive and weird shit. You remember the Kelpo episode? It's the Krusty Krab gets a commercial on at like 3 a.m. SpongeBob stays up all night to see himself on TV. Like, only the top of his head is in the frame, and he's like, "There I am, Gary! There I am!" And then the next day he's walking to work, and the old man is like, "Oh, I recognize you from my TV." "Yeah, I'm a star." "Have a nice day, Bran Flakes." That's a good one.
It is a good one. What? Thinking. What are some other of the weirdest episodes? I think my top weird one would have to be probably the future.
Yeah, that one's strange. Yeah.
That one makes me feel weird. Actually, it makes me feel uncomfortable.
That's fair.
What else is there? Here we go. Mike is deep in concentration.
Yeah. I remember this from being a kid, how stressful this was. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Oh. I got it.
First try, baby.
I'm a gamer, baby. You know what's a really great episode?
Let's hear it.
The Christmas episode. That one like. That is a yearly tradition at my house. Is the Bikini Bottom finding out about Santa Claus and Christmas, and then they send all the letters to Santa, and then Santa doesn't deliver anything, so Squidward just like clears out his whole house. Nickelodeon would only show that one around Christmas time, and they'd always pair it up with the episode where they have the Snowball War. That episode's...
Okay, that was the one I was thinking of. Okay, I don't know if I remember the Christmas one off the top of my head then.
Christmas Who is a classic. Christmas Who's got This Christmas Feels Like the Very First Christmas to Me song.
Okay, I remember that song. I like that song.
Yeah, that's got one of my favorite Patrick bits of, SpongeBob tells him to write a letter for Santa, and he walks off camera, and you hear writing, and then there's a tear, and he comes back, and he's like, can I have another piece of paper? Gives it to him, walks off camera, tears again. SpongeBob gives him another piece of paper. Tears again. SpongeBob gives him another one, and it cuts to him. He's got the pencil between his leg, and he's moving the paper on top of it. And then his wish to Santa is for more paper. Which reminds me of another great episode, which is the one where Squidward says that he works at a fancy restaurant, and Squilliam comes to visit, and they turn the Krusty Krab into the fancy restaurant. That one's filled with a lot of great bits. Like probably my favorite joke from the whole show of Squidward telling Patrick to be the host. It's like, you gotta ask for people's hats. But be polite. Oh, you mean like a weenie? May I take your hat, sir? May I take your hat, sir? There's that. There's the, all I know is breathing and fine dining. And then Squilliam asks SpongeBob what his name is, and he's like, my name? My name? And it goes inside his head, and all the SpongeBobs are running around, it's all on fire. It's like, what's his name? What's his name? Someone tell me his name! And then it's just like the one SpongeBob is like, you told us to throw out everything that wasn't breathing and fine dining. And then the other SpongeBob is like, or it's, what is it? It's like, we're all just a figment of his imagination. It doesn't matter. And then it's like, I'll have you fired. No, please, my wife and kids. That's a great episode, because it's also Mr. Krabs as the cook. Because he was a cook in the Navy, and then he just creates this horrific meat and pea monster. Like, those jokes are like 15 years old, and they're still as funny as day one.
They're good bits.
Yeah.
So we're coming up real close.
Yeah.
On our boss battle, I believe.
Are we?
We're at.
Yeah, we need one more golden we need one more golden spatula. Remember the kelp forest episode where they
the one with the conch?
Yeah, the magic conch. What should we do? Nothing. That one's also got underrated bit of the welcome to our club, welcome to our club, welcome Squidward, welcome Squidward, welcome Squidward. And the like tour guide that they have that goes nuts. That's a great episode.
That is a good episode.
I always hated whenever Squidward would fry the like two bugs. Like, I always thought that was like the most disgusting thing to eat, fried bugs.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely not for us millennials.
Clayton, we're not millennials, dude. We're Zoomers.
Ren and Stimpy.
All right, well, yeah, you're a millennial. That was. Can I tell the story of that bit?
Yeah, go for it.
So we had this discussion before about about whether we're millennials or like what generation we are, and then Clayton, I might be paraphrasing this, but Clayton was like, if I'm not a millennial, ask me anything about Ren and Stimpy, and I was like, all right, you know what, fair, you know. Zoomers don't know about Ren and Stimpy. And then he leaned over to whoever was sitting next to him and was like, I'm really glad he didn't ask me anything about Ren and Stimpy. That was a really good bit from you, Clayton.
That was good. That was fun.
Alright, do we have... No, we're still at 14.
Was that the same night as the seance?
Probably. Do you want to tell them about the seance?
It was really late.
Yeah.
At some point, we ordered cookies because we have a place that we live in a college town. So people make a lot of money off of delivering baked goods.
Yeah. Baked goods to baked dudes. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know if we can say that.
Oh.
So we ordered some cookies at some point, and there was a candle because we wanted it to be atmospheric. Not for the cookies. This is a whole different tangent. The cookies have nothing to do with this. But it was suggested that we try a seance because I had recently seen Hereditary. They do some wacky stuff in that movie. It's a good movie. There's Old Man Donger, if you're into that.
Hell yeah. Who isn't?
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, good point.
I don't know. My brain's frying. Oh, jeez, this is why I'm not allowed to tell stories.
Do you want me to tell it?
Hang on, I'll do my telling, and you can make it funny.
This is like the most nervous telling of any story ever.
So I looked up a WikiHow guide on how to do a seance. I didn't like the first one, so I went to the second one. And then I got started, and somehow in my mind, I got an urge. There's lucky number 15.
Yep, we can go fight the boss.
I really wanted to communicate with Ben from the Barnyard movie.
Yeah.
So I spent probably half an hour. Spent half an hour trying to summon Ben.
Yeah.
So let's. That was my perspective.
Yeah. I'll tell you mine. These guys ordered cookies. I'm falling asleep in my chair because I'm exhausted. It's like 3 a.m., right? Like, I work so much that I'm exhausted by 3 a.m. So I'm falling asleep, and we decided it is a group decision. Let's do a seance. Clayton gets down. He starts doing the seance, and then I might be completely fucking off on this, but he starts like calling out to like Ben, and then I was like, "Who's Ben?" And he was like, "Ben from Barnyard." And it's 3 a.m. and I just screamed laughing. Where is?
It was fun.
It was fun.
I did make connections with Ben.
What did he say?
He didn't really say anything.
He just wanted moo.
I told him that Dag was dead.
I remember that. I remember that, and I thought it was amazing that you remembered who Dag was. Alright, Clayton, do you want to fight the boss?
Sure. Why not?
Give it the old college try, and if you can't do it, I'll step in.
So Dag, of course, is the main antagonist in Barnyard.
I think everyone watching knows who the characters from Barnyard are.
Hopefully. You know, Otis, of course. He had his own TV show.
So the main bosses of each area are robotic versions of characters.
That's intimidating.
Yeah, so you got Robot Sandy.
Oh, fuck, that's a lot of health.
And then you got Robot Patrick, which is a really fun fight. Then the final boss is Robot Spongebob and Robot Plankton. Now, here's the thing. I remember there being a picture of a robot Squidward in like the back of TAC 2's manual. I don't know if this is true. This could just be bullshit thing. I know it's not part of the game. I've never seen it on the cutting room floor or any like lost game, like no did you know gaming fact about this, but I swear on my fucking life I saw this. So yeah, these fights are fun.
Can I, do I have more than one opportunity to do damage to her?
No.
Oh.
There you go. And I love having the news anchor.
Oh, bollocks. Oh! Okay, we still got it. Oh.
Alright, phase 2. Phase 2, baby.
Now, see, you know a good boss fight because it has telegraphed attacks.
Yeah.
And phases. That's what I learned.
That is true.
And because I can do this!
No,
Oh!
you're missing your opportunity.
Oh, am I supposed to be?
Yeah, you didn't do any damage because the...
Oh!
No.
Oh!
No. You getting it?
Do I throw it?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh! I love that attack.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Which design for Poseidon do you like more? This one, the one from the show, or the one from the movie?
Probably. I like the one from the movie just because that's the one I've seen him the most.
Mm. Sure.
I like when he takes off his hat and the guy screams.
Yeah.
Do the goofy laugh. Getting real close to phase 3, boys.
Dude, I remember being a kid and not being able to beat this boss. I remember being so mad because I just couldn't figure it out.
Here we go. Oh, okay, so I was kind of expecting Sandy to come in, but that's okay because SpongeBob is also pretty good.
Yeah, they never do. Or I guess they do SpongeBob against SpongeBob, but like the Patrick's fight, it's SpongeBob and Sandy against Robot Patrick. Which Robot Patrick is badass because he wears black. He wears black shorts with skulls on them. He's really fucking cool.
Oh shoot! I'm a quick learner. I'm a gamer.
I'm a gamer.
This one's kind of hard. You gotta do a jump.
Duck and weave, baby.
Here we go.
You got one more.
This match is just about over.
Ow.
That's gotta sting.
Alright, here we go.
You got it. You got it. There you go.
Woo! I mean, that was okay.
I think it's fun.
Maybe a little slow, but it's also, you know, it's a bad game.
Oh, thank you. It all means so much. I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Cry all you want. Not here. We just wax the floors.
Alright, I'm gonna see if there's one more thing we can do. So, I believe we can. Okay. This is how we'll end the show. Actually,
We're gonna go peep on Sandy.
sure. We're gonna do two things. One second. Wow. One second. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So, we gotta do this first.
Alright, let's do it. Hell yeah.
So it's just a kill all the enemies before the time limit's up. It's not hard. But I want to do this so I can do my actual bit.
I need coffee.
I feel like...
I have, in this past, like, 4 days, I've drank, drunk? I drank,
Yeah.
copious amounts of coffee.
Right? Okay.
Like a full pot of coffee a day.
That's...
It's not, it's probably not great for my health.
I wouldn't think so. Okay. Clayton, are you ready to end the show?
Sure.
Okay, we're going out on a bit.
Okay. I was not rehearsed for this.
No, you weren't. Because I just came up with the bit now.
Okay.
Alright. Just wait. There's going to be a really good bit to end on, folks. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry. Okay. Alright. You ready, Clayton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit me.
We're going to get copyright claimed for this bit. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. Every now I know I was wrong. I messed up, and now you're gone. Gary, I'm sorry I neglected you. Oh, I never expected you to run away and leave me feeling this alone. Oh, fuck! Now, right now, it sounds like music to me. Come home, I miss you, Gary. Gary, come home. Gary, come home. Gary, come home. There ain't nothing I was wrong. I'll do anything to change your mind. My best friend, my little to forget our family and family that we fought you on the Rome. Now my heart is beating like the saddest metronome. Gary, come home. Come home. Gary, 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 come home. Stephen Hillenburg, thank you for all you did for us. Thank you for what you did for this generation. You inspired a generation of good comedians, and I thank you every day for it.
Wait, don't end the stream yet?
Don't end the stream yet?
Okay.
Let's get some F's in chat, folks. Thank you, Steven.